I got fired from my job because my boss hated me. Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here with Job Interview Tools. That's one of the emails I get from my clients all the time. Another one is, I quit my job because I hated my boss. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but that's the number one reason people quit their job is because they hate their boss. They hate their company or whatever it is, but they hate their boss is the number one reason for quitting their job. So the problem comes in when they start looking for another job. And they come to me and they're like, Don, I got fired because I hated my boss or I just couldn't stand him, so I quit. What do I tell prospective employers now about why I left? Because when I interview with them, they ask me, so why did you leave your last job? And I want to tell them that I hated my boss. He was rude. He was mean. He overworked me. He made my life so miserable that I wanted to quit, and he wanted me to quit. I'm not making this stuff up either. That's actually what I have right here in an email from a woman who wrote into me, and she's like, Don, what am I supposed to say? I mean, I want to go into the interview and I want to tell them what a rude, mean bastard this guy was to me. And I told her, I says, well, the interview, a job interview, a new job interview really isn't the place for you to express your feelings about your past boss. You might think it is, but it's not. The reason you're in a job interview is to talk about what you can do for them. And that's it. You're really not there. You're not there on trial to explain why you hated your last job. Now, employers, they kind of want to know a little bit. They want to know what you didn't like about your last job so that they can make sure that in this new job, if they hired you, that this environment would be suiting to you, that you would like it here, because they don't want to duplicate the same type of atmosphere or environment that you had in your last job. They want to make sure that what they're offering you is something new and it's fresh and it's something you like and a place that you want to be. That's why they're asking you these questions. So they're not really trying to get deep into, why specifically you hated your boss. Now, I come from the school of never talking bad about people behind the back. Job interviews and bosses included. Now that's something my mother taught me a long time ago, and I bet your mother did too. But I tell you this, there's so many people who yell at me in the comments for suggesting to say something other than that. So for people who really hated their boss, they feel it is their right to go and do a job interview and say, you know what, I hated my boss, he was mean, he was arrogant, he was an ass, and I couldn't stand him. And they feel this need to vent in the job interview, and they feel they need to tell the truth. And you know what, and I'm not telling you not to tell the truth. I've made some other videos around this topic where people feel that I'm suggesting that they lie. And I'm not suggesting that you lie, I'm just suggesting that you say something else. Don't talk bad about somebody else who isn't in the same room with you. So it's not a good idea to go and do a job interview and talk bad about your boss or bad about your company, even if you hated them. I mean, it's okay that you hated him. It's okay that you didn't like him. It's okay that you didn't get along with him. But can you find one thing, good thing, honest thing that you can say about your boss or the past company that you worked at? I mean, think about it. I mean, if you have a boss who's rude, mean, arrogant, and doesn't like you, but can you find one thing that maybe they do well or that maybe you admire about them? Think about it. They can't be that bad that they don't have some good qualities. I mean, maybe it's only one, maybe it's even less than one, but find that one thing that you like about them. I mean, maybe they're a good manager for the team. Maybe they're just very corporate minded and focused on company objectives. That could be something you could say about your boss that you liked. You don't have to say that he was mean, rude, arrogant, and just hated your guts. You don't have to say that. I mean, maybe it's true, but like I said, you're not on trial. You're there. They're asking you, what do you like about your past boss? And you could say, well, you know what? He was really a good corporate man. He really saw the vision of the company. And that's one of the things I liked about him. That's a true statement. You're not lying. And I'm not suggesting that you lie. Now, if they ask you why you left, and you left because you hated your boss, think about this. What other reasons can you think of that would have pushed you to leave? I mean, sure, you didn't like your boss, but what about not liking your boss made you leave? I mean, was it because maybe there wasn't as much opportunity to grow? I mean, maybe your boss wasn't going to promote you. He was just going to keep you under his boot heel for the rest of your life, and you didn't like that, and I wouldn't either. So you could potentially say that I left my last job because there was just no room for advancement, and my boss really just kind of shrugged his shoulders and just said there's nowhere else to go. These would be true statements. I'm not suggesting that you make up something, but to take these as examples to push yourself, to think further and deeper about what reasons you could say that you left, or what reasons you could say that you liked your boss or that you liked your company. And I also get emails from people and they still scold me, and they'll say, you know what, my boss sexually harassed me, and now you want me to say something good about him? Not gonna happen. And you know what? And I'm not telling you to. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm not telling you to make up anything. And I'm sorry that kind of thing happened to you. But you got to remember, you're in a job interview. You're there to talk about what you can do for them, not what happened to you in the past. That's not why you're there. So I encourage you to dig deeper and to find a bigger, deeper meaning in your reasons for leaving. So I hope this helps you get past some of these reasons for why you left your last job and just pushes you to think deeper, and to think about what your responses or how your responses are going to be interpreted by another interviewer. I mean, if you were sitting down with somebody and interviewing for a job and all you did was bitch about your last job or your manager, about how mean they were, or about how unfair they were to you, those all may be true, but the new employer is just going to be like, whoa, we don't want these kind of people working for us. We don't want him working here because he's really angry about what happened to him in his last job, and we don't want him bringing that anger over here into this job. And that's what they're thinking. That's what's going through their mind. So, like I said, I encourage you, dig deeper. Come up with a more meaningful, heartfelt reason for, why you left your job. Not telling you to lie, but just find a reason that is true. And you might be saying, you know what, I can't. Well, I would say if you had to, what could you say? If you had to say one good thing about your boss, if you had to, maybe there are none, but if you had to, what would it be? Think about it. All right, my friend, good luck on your next job interview. And before your next interview, head on over to jobinterviewtools.com. Check out the complete interview answer guide. This is the #1 guide on how to interview for a job. It covers all the questions that you need to know. It teaches you how to answer behavioral questions. It teaches you how to do phone interviews. It teaches you how to ask questions after the interview. I got it right over here. It covers some of the best questions. It teaches you how to answer, tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? This book here, it's about 120 pages. You can download this, the ebook format, put it right on your phone, put it on your computer, put it on your iPad, and start preparing for your next job interview. If you like to learn and prepare for your interview by listening, I've got the whole audiobook version of this. This book is available in audio. You can download all of those audio tracks, put them on your phone, take me wherever you want, listen to me as much as you want to. You just can't stand the sound of my voice anymore, and I'll get you ready for your interview, I promise. And if you like me and you like these physical books, I can ship this book out to you too. And this one also, if you get the hard copy, it includes the ebook as well as the audio and video version of the guide. All right, my friend, good luck on your next interview, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.